Okay, from today on, I'd like to talk about Ansible. As you can see over here, Ansible is an IT automation tool. From my personal view, the Ansible compared to other similar tools is more powerful and is more convenient to use. And this Ansible tool can allow us to configure systems like deploy software, update package, many different daily works or daily tasks. Nowadays for the administrator, it's so often that we need to manage so many different servers like a horse at the same time, and maybe hundreds or thousands of servers. Of course, we in such a scenario we cannot manually do such jobs, which is so time consuming. We need to rely on the automation too. So I think this is where the Ansible come into play. And Ansible is developed by the Python language. And of course, so to run the Ansible, we need to have the Python interpreter environment first. Of course, this is the default configuration or package in almost every Linux distribution. So we do not need to install Python manually. Of course, if you want, you can install it by yourself. And Ansible, compared to other similar tools, the automation tool, another very important feature is that Ansible is agentless. It means that we don't need to install additional the agent or software at any management, not the management node, managed node. Sorry about that. And also use the SSH, which is a very secure protocol to communicate between the control node and the manage node. As you can see, installation guide, we have different types of node. For the Ansible, we need to understand. The first type is control node, and we need to run Ansible, and we need to install Ansible, and we need to have the Ansible inventory on the control node. And in my environment, I use the VMware workstation. I use the CentOS for the control node, and also use other both CentOS and Ubuntu to run the web server or database server. Okay. And another mode is a managed node. It means that we need to run commands for such nodes. For example, we need to update the package for such nodes. And also another component of Ansible is inventory. I think to be simple way to illustrate this, inventory is a list of the managed nodes, and that are logically organized. And of course, we can group nodes into different groups. For example, the web servers group, the database servers group, or some other kinds of a group, depending on your own environment. And this is the figure of the Ansible, the control node, which runs the Ansible, and will send a command to manage the node like 1, 2, 3. And after running, the command and the response or result will be, if they have any result, in some case, the commands will not have the results at all. For example, just update the kernel, and if the command has the result to send, and then such a result will be replied back to the control node. Okay, so I think enough talk. And now we can begin our journey for the practical part with Ansible. To begin with Ansible, we need to install Ansible first. Of course, we can use, as you can see over here, we can get the instruction or installation guide to how to install the Ansible. We can use the pip or pip-x, and also we can use, of course, for me, I'm used to use the package manager to install, like yum, like apt, sorry about that, to install like Ansible, install Ansible. Okay, of course I have already done that earlier, so there is nothing to do at this moment. Okay, so that's all for today's episode, and from the next episode we will go into the exact or actual practical demonstration on how to use the Ansible. The first part would be ad hoc mode, okay, and then is playbook. See you there.